أهلا كيف الحال؟ Welcome to Learn Arabic Online with Lubna Dumaya. We have so far dealt with sentences and phrases such as this is a nice day, هذا يوم جميل, or this day is nice, هذا اليوم جميل. So what if you would like to say this is the nice day? هذا هو اليوم الجميل. What we have done here, we have added a personal pronoun هو, referring to he, between the demonstrative and the following definite noun. We picked هو, masculine singular, because هذا is referring to the masculine singular and اليوم is a masculine singular noun. If it was a feminine noun, we would pick هي, referring to she. هذه هي الحياة. This is the life. So it has to match the gender of the noun. When demonstratives are followed by a definite noun, one solid unit is formed between the two components. This day, هذا يوم, or هذا اليوم. The only way to say this is the day is to break up the units and place a pronoun in between the demonstrative and the noun, the definite noun, which is called the pronoun of separation, or the separating pronoun. ضمير الفصل. ضمير الفصل. The pronoun has to match in gender and number, and does not affect the case of the following word. So if the word before the insertion of ضمير الفصل was in the nominative case, for example with dhamma, after the insertion it will keep its case, its original case. If it's accusative, it will stay accusative. If it's in the genitive case, it will stay in the genitive case. If the sense is already clear enough, however, no separating pronoun is used. For example, هذا الجنون بعينه. الجنون, the madness. If you would like to say this is the madness, you have to insert the pronoun of separation. In case if we had just the two of these without any extra word. هذا الجنون, هذا هو الجنون means this is the madness. But since we have added the word بعينه, it means itself. This is the madness itself. We already reached the meaning that we were looking for without the insertion of the pronoun of separation. So thanks to this extra word, بعينه, هذا الجنون بعينه, this is the madness itself. So here the meaning is clear. We don't need the help of ضمير الفصل. Thanks to the many word declensions in Arabic, which often indicates the gender and the number of the subject, separate subject pronouns ضمائر الفصل have really little significance in regard to the syntax of Arabic sentences. This is actually the case for old-fashioned languages like Arabic. It's not modern. However, separate subjects pronouns are still used a lot in Arabic. they are most often used pronastically for emphasizing either the subject or the predicate of a sentence. Sometimes, however, they can be important to clarify the meaning of a sentence. If the subject and the predicate both definite words, the meaning of the phrase could be ambiguous. For example, سمير المدير هنا. This sentence can mean either Samir, the manager, is here, or Samir is the manager here. This is because the word al-mudiru can be either an adjective modifying the word Samir or a predicate telling something about Samir. So when we insert the pronoun of separation, you will be marking the subject and the predicate. So while translating, you will put the verb to be conjugated in the present tense instead of huwa. So Samir is the manager here. So this is the subject, this is the predicate. But for Samiru al-mudiru huna, the Samir, the manager, is here. Alright? So is will be after Samir al-mudirus. So this is the compound subject here. But with this damiru al-fasl, this is the subject, Samiru. When both the subject and predicate of a nominal sentence are definite, the transition from definite subject to definite predicate is no longer clearly marked. And so they are usually separated by a congruent pronoun termed damiru al-fasli. You got it. So here we have two nouns, al-hubbu, al-hayatu, al-hubbu, the love, the life. If you don't insert damiru al-fasli, we would not have a clear transition from the subject to the predicate. So the love is, so we will put that the verb to be conjugated in the present instead of huwa while translating it, is the life. If you want to switch, you say al-hayat. So here we have al-hayat as the subject. Here, the personal pronoun damiru al-fa'il has to match al-hayatu because you are defining the subject. So al-hayatu hiya al-hubbu, the life is the love, or al-hubbu huwa al-hayatu. As-sa'adatu hiya as-sihha. Here again we have the happiness, the health. We need something in between. So as-sa'adatu hiya as-sihhatu, the happiness is the health. Alright? In other contexts, this pronoun is commonly found where it would be redundant. Given that the predicate is visibly indefinite, which means that it has now a new function as a kind of resumptive pronoun to emphasize the content of the predicates. For example, Beirut, we know Beirut is the name of a city. It is definite since it's a proper noun. هي عاصمة لبنان. So without here we have a clear transition from definite to indefinite. عاصمة, capital, a capital, is indefinite. We don't need here. But you can write it if you like to write extra words. Beirut is Lebanon's capital. Beirut هي عاصمة لبنان. Alright, so you don't need it here. It's extra. Sometimes the pronoun of separation is optional when the demonstratives are followed by an إضافة construction, possessive construction, instead of a noun with a definite article. The pronoun of separation does not need to be added, although it is often used for emphasis. For example, here, هذا قلم الطالب الجديد. This is the pen of the new student. This is an إضافة construction. We don't need to use هو, but it's optional. You may or you may not. هذا هو. It's an emphasis. هذا هو قلم الطالب الجديد. This is the pen of the new students. While translating it, you would not see any change with this ضمير الفصل, with this pronoun of separation. So هذا هو قلم الطالب الجديد or هذا قلم الطالب الجديد will give you the same meaning and will be translated in the same way. Here, الهدف هو فهم قواعد اللغة العربية. This is an إضافة construction. الهدف, the goal, is the understanding of the Arabic grammar. We may say الهدف فهم قواعد اللغة العربية. Still, it's the same thing. النجاح, the success, هو أفضل انتقام. This is kind of إضافة also with the elative adjective أفضل. The success is the best revenge. So you may or you may not use it. It's up to you. الجمال هو في كل مكان. Here is a prepositional phrase. So when you have a noun followed by a prepositional phrase, you may use the pronoun of separation or not. الجمال في كل مكان or الجمال هو في كل مكان. It doesn't matter. The pronoun of separation may be necessary to ensure that the relative clause is recognized as the predicate. For instance, صديقي هو الذي جاء بالأمس. This is the relative phrase. الذي جاء بالأمس. I have a lesson about relative clause that you may check. So my friend is the one who, الذي, who, referring to the singular masculine, صديق, who came yesterday. هاتان هما الجريدتان اللتان تقرأهما عائلتي في الصباح. هاتان is a demonstrative referring to feminine dual. تاني, هاتان. هما the pronoun of separation referring to the dual third person. الجريدتان, jarida is newspaper, and since we have two, we will open the ta of jarida, newspaper. تاني, to match, the demonstrative. اللتان is a relative pronoun referring to feminine dual matching. جريدتان matching هاتان. So the relative clause starts from here. اللتان. So this is the subject and this is the relative phrase. So these two newspapers are the ones which my family reads in the morning. Reads. Here after اللتاني we have the verb قرأ, to read. قرأ, conjugated in the present tense with a suffix huma. It's a returner. When you have the relative pronoun, you need a returner, which is that suffix referring to the subject. Huma. See? You always need a returner that you stitch to the verb that comes after the relative pronoun. تقرأهما عائلتي. So these are the two newspapers which my family reads every day. Which my family reads not every day. In the morning. في الصباح. هؤلاء هم الذين يعملون بجد. هؤلاء is a demonstrative referring to the plural masculine. Hum. Hum is a personal pronoun referring to the third person plural masculine. Matching. الذين is the relative referring to the plural masculine. So these هؤلاء هم الذين يعملون بجد. These are the ones who work diligently. These are, see here the verb to be conjugated instead of whom, are the ones who. In English we use who for الذي when it's singular, or الذين when it's plural, doesn't matter. But in Arabic it's not that simple. يعملون بجد. Who works diligently. I think that's it. So for here, تلك هي الحقيقة. That is the truth. هذه هي الحقيقة. هذه هي الحياة. This is the life. هذه this. تلك that, but feminine, singular. And that's it for today. So thank you for all your comments, your questions, your likes, your dislikes. Until then, you miss me and you keep learning Arabic. إلى اللقاء.